Let's go. Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. I'm Elijah, and this is the message that the Lord God has given unto me to give unto you, not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord. That's found in Zechariah chapter 4, verse 6. I want to tell you, read Zechariah chapter 4, verses 4 through 6. Perhaps it's talking about the Lord God told Zerubbabel, I'm going to use you as a signet. Now that signet has gone out to the four corners of the earth, calling all Israel and Judah and those that have taken over Jacob's garment to repent and put on their power, put on that white garment of power. They say, I'm going to sing Elijah to you for a great and dreadful day of the Lord. That's Malachi chapter 4, verses 5 and 6. Malachi chapter 4, verses 5 and 6. And told Malachi, he said, Elijah, don't send your Elijah for a great and dreadful day of the Lord. It should turn horse of the children back to the father, the horse back to the children. Least I come and strike the earth with a curse. So, go read it. Go read it. No matter what I said, how much I said, it's still up to the individual to take a hold of. Malachi chapter 3, verse 1. Though I will send my messenger, you should prepare the way for me. And Lord, whom you seek to suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom you delight in, behold, he shall come, said the Lord of hosts. So that's found in Malachi chapter 3, verse 1. So we find the Lord God constantly giving you things and warning you of the times that we are living in now. And nobody wants to heed or take. Yeah. So this is something I read yesterday, and I couldn't go over it to you yesterday, but I'm gonna. It's important that you know this. What happened? What had taken place? Then Adam and Eve cried and was sorrowful because of God's word to them, and that they should not return to the garden until the fulfillment of the days decreed upon them. Now we know that the days have passed, 5,500 years, so they passed. But let me continue on. And decreed upon them, but mostly because God had told them he should suffer for their salvation. And so right now, man, people don't care if God died for them or not. They don't. Every time you go through, I know a lot of us have been deceived for a long time, but man, that deception is being totally taken away. When they in the temple, when they cut the holy of holies, and that was split into two, so they're not hide nothing, not hide with nothing nobody in the world is doing. And so man, the Lord God had to suffer. He suffered for us salvation, to bring us back into the fold, to restore us back as first. And Adam, you gotta understand what happened. Adam was dead. Adam had seen all those wonderful and glorious things, talked with angels, heard angels, man. And heard T.D. Jakes this morning. I didn't listen to it. Now I got to the point now, they're not going to change. Not going to change. They want to do as they want to do, I'm going to continue on. So anyway, so we try and talk about Mary and Jesus and the swaddling clothes and all that. Man, go ahead on, brother. Why don't you go read all of the story, man? Still giving Lord God people those half truth. And God's children don't believe it. God's children already know that's a big lie. That Christmas stuff ain't nothing but a big lie. And we're still putting your foot on our necks and doing everything else. And then give us some Christmas. Give us the devil's holiday. That's all it is, the devil's holiday, man. Yeah, I used to do it too, because when you come up, you learn of those things. Well, when you get a man, like Paul said, when I became a man, done the things as a man. So you're a man, and get rid of all that foolishness out your life, man. All that is of the devil, it says that. You can't listen to God's word and humble yourself and not know that that's of all of the devil. So I know I had dreams for you. I dreamed all last night. I never learned a dream. God tried to bring Yeah, the Lord God tried to bring one and show me that I had the dreams and everything, but I didn't ask him to reveal it to me. Now, I didn't, because nothing but war and conflict going on now. About to go into that stage where these people trying to knock your head completely off your shoulder. And they're all playing in loud again, like this ain't no serious thing going on. That was happening. It's very serious. Yeah, it's very serious. And people just not taking it for things. Yeah. And this all this was, I don't have no dates on this one. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can find. See, I see it. Oh yeah, this the time when during this time when I was having these dreams, here this time that he was showing me that what was going to happen, what was going to take place, like the wars, and it was going to happen to certain people. Yeah, he showed it all to me. And things that was going to happen. They start off slow, but they happen fast. They come fast. This April 25th, 2020. That's gone now. Let's see. Oh yeah, this Will Smith dream. I was in a storehouse purchasing a volleyball. They had an old lady sitting down behind the counter that was in charge. She had a younger woman that was doing merchandising for her. I was in the back counter. They had a jar with peppermints in it, a soft ball type. I wanted one. Next thing, I was standing at the counter waiting to pay for what I had brought. This white young man standing up asking Will Smith, and he asked him, "Is Will here? I bought some used cars with me that he might want because he liked the one I bought to him before, and I need a used car." So I look out the door and I see that it's a black and white interior Cadillac Broham. Brown. I said Broham. Cadillac Brown. Type. And you know exactly what this means. Look like 70, 80 miles. The hood is in need of a paint job. The black is faded. The man said only thing is wrong with it is the brakes, and it shows and tell us at the same time with the same. So he shows and tell us at the same time. Of course, when you say brakes, you know, you always see a vision like that. You have to pull instead of push on the brakes to stop it. So we showed where it kept turn back. It shows where still you pushing down on the brakes, you had to pull up on it for to stop it. And so when that happened, this wonderful dream that the Lord God had given me. Let me see if I can get this camera a bit darker. I guess that's gonna have to do. Should be darker than that. But so that's what we say. Say you have to pull instead of push on the brakes to stop it. I look out the door. The back door to the car is open. The interior is snow white, and not one spot of dirt on the black. One spot of dirt of black on it. I turn down. The woman turns unto me. I turn down. The woman turns unto me. Next scene, I'm paying for the volleyball. I look down, I see a soccer ball, a volleyball, and a few other types of balls, all in the net. And they carrying the balls, and I didn't remember this before they had the real issue shut down. It was April 25th, 2020. So I give her the money, and she turns to the desk. Now I have to change to get off those peppermints. Now I have to change. I can get one of those peppermints. Next scene, Yeah, just one of those long dreams, but I know what it means. Next thing, I'm at the back counter getting this peppermint ball out of the jar, just one. Next thing, I'm giving the woman this peppermint that is become an egg. I'm giving this woman a peppermint that has become an egg. She says she have to stamp it with the number 12. Stamp it with the number 12 was my change. She had to stamp it with a number 12 with my change. Next scene, the old woman, well, she was giving me the change and everything at the same time. Next scene, the old woman is telling the young lady that was helping her to pick up the ball and give it to me. She said he can do that himself. Her hands was on her hip and leaning on the chair of the old woman. Next scene, the old woman tells her it's not polite or right. He is a customer and you should wait on him. Have you heard of the curse that you could receive from being mean to certain old men or certain old people? She said, yes, I have heard of that. Then I tell her, the young lady, I am holy. I am one of those people. And the old lady had a stack of papers in her hand while she was telling the young woman these things. Next thing, I go outside, the car is gone. Will Smith with it. I took to the left, and this field is plowed up. The barrels are large, about 3 foot high. Then I wake up. I had one of the other dream go to who made the 25th is probably on there. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah. I was in the room about 30 people. This woman, mom, and her people was listening to something, the reading of something. They had this man with a blue sweatsuit on, standing up with his hands full. I was in the back of the room, and someone turned to see me. I tell them I'm with, but not exactly with them. I'm here, but I'm not exactly with them. He turns around after a while. The man who was standing turns and goes kneel down on the opposite side where he was standing. I go all the way in the back and sit on something. I look like a healer. Next, my son's grandmother looking at me through her eyes. Someone comes and get her. The door opens and they calls her. We all watching on this television screen and listening. And at the end, I hear this young lady who plays Spirit of one-on-one. And the people who are still sitting down talking unto herself, wondering if Arnaz see her and knows if he knows she is in love with him. I have the text on her head. Have text on her head of him. She goes on, and I'm awakened by the alarm. I was looking at roaches and I was spraying them with the rays. I turned off the light, watched them. Some from all over came and got stuck, but I just keep spraying. This dreams from this year. You know, all that can happen. Some of it can happen. Some of them are going to happen this year. Yeah. Yeah. All right. See, the moon has cast out her tether and taken hold of the sun to break out the first light. Yeah, that's what it says. See, the moon had cast out her tether and have taken hold of the sun to break up first light. Fallen angel, earth stood producing pears, briars, and thorns. That hold, we know, the fallen are back in control. That's how we know. Yes, the fallen angel of earth stop producing briars and storms. That's how we know that the fallen are back in control. So this just from this year. This is like from well, at the beginning of this year, he showed me so much that was going to come to pass, and a lot of it came to pass. And a lot of it came to pass. And I just picked this one up. And I thought there was an older one from 19. But this year, these years don't come to pass. Yeah. Well, anyway. It said weather report. The weather report, I was shown one more cold front up north. Then the wind changed and come from the southwest. And after that, the southeast. The report was yellow up north and red from the southwest. First California and red from Mexico, then up north. What else? So we know these things come to pass this year. All right. Give me a minute, I'll be right back. I'll be back. I'll be right back. Oh. So that dream there, that was a dream from 20. I had so many dreams, man. And all those things come to pass, man. About to put y'all in tournament camps. Yeah. And they about to do that, man. I saw it, number 81 in the box that was checked. They had this one man I was trying to save. Everything had grown up around him with plants, 70 Adventist plants. I had to go and push him up out of the hole or pit. I pushed him up and escaped. Then woke up. So these dreams, this year's dream. I was watching as the police officer had this young man handcuffed, sitting on the floor, and they were stooping down on one side of each other. Now that's George Floyd. So yeah, I seen that before that happened. Yeah. So I mean, y'all know that. Just tell you how they happen. Yeah. As it come on, tell you. Tell you, I give it a thing that comes. I had a whole lot of other little things. But let's go get with it because the time you're about to enter now is terrible time, man. Very terrible time. But our people, our people still in that strong delusion, believing in Christmas and all that, and knowing that these people, that all this too, you still want to take that vaccine? Well, so I've seen all them people die. 2 billion people. That's a lot of people. And 2 billion people gonna take that vaccine. Mm-hmm. Right? 2 billion people might not take it. Let me go ahead. Let's go. You know, that time will go by so fast. So we're gonna start with what he had given this morning. So we're gonna start with Naaman. I think it was Naaman. Let's see what I started with first. Let me see. I'll make sure. Malachi. Malachi. Now we're going to Malachi chapter 3, Naaman chapter 3 and Zephaniah chapter 3. All these adds up. Now, so I'm letting you know I don't do the Christmas thing. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't do that foolishness. All right, Malachi chapter 3, verse 1. And I said, well, another thing you got to understand, just like I've been reading to you about, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. In the time when they had no Christmas, nothing, all that craziness back then, man. Come on, brother. And Lord God said, return back unto him. Like when you first believed, man. We didn't have all that foolishness, all the different holidays. And then the feast days, like you told you, the feast days started when things significant happened. It's like why he tells us to keep new moons to new moons, because on a new moon something happened in our testimony on a new moon, and that's why he tells you to keep new moons and a Sabbath day. So you can't go wrong with that, man. You can't go wrong. Every time you go read the book of Jubilee, book of Acts, they tell you, some of it is in the Holy Bible, how on certain new moons, how certain things happen. Or during the week of the new moon, how certain things happen. All right. But I start keeping the new moon, start celebrate every new moon, and every Sabbath day, and every new moon. Micah. And I say here, I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and you princes of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment? Is it not? And our people don't understand that the Lord God is a righteous God, and that the judgments have already started against these people. We have all the people that ill-treated us, all the nations that enslave us. These things happen. I was listening to Big Judah talk about the late night, and I just listened to him because, we all at a certain walk in our lives. But all you have to do is, when you talk about those things, everywhere that we was enslaved, everywhere they had treated us, that virus has been taking root. Just like they say, all the hurricanes comes along the lines along the ship lines. And so it's a lot of things, reason for that, but it's still the truth. All right, let's continue on. And I said, here I pray you, heads of Jacob, you prince of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment? Who hate the good and love the evil? Is that not so? Because y'all are a righteous plant, a righteous seed. And so when you go to the Testament of 12 Patriarchs, as I have read to you before, every evil wicked spirit is attacking the righteous nation, the righteous plant. That's why every time you look around, Satan had already caused Adam and Eve to sin, but they didn't continue on in his sin. And so, so every time you look around, he was tagging them again. And so when you start reading it and start understanding what's going on, you find out that Satan, every time you look around, every time you look around, Adam was still praying to God and worshiping God and calling up on God. And boy, every time Satan heard that, boy, he just got more inflamed and more mad. And said, then it was Adam. It was the name of Adam. All that is good. And when he talked to Mother Eve, Adam and Eve had a conversation, and they said, and Adam told Eve, said, this is what he had planned for all your seed. God told him that also. This is what he had planned for all your seed after you. And that's what's going on with us right now. But also we have to remember, Lord God, Eternal Mighty One, Father Abraham friend told him how much time, told about everything that was happening from the beginning all the way to the end. And he told him how many days there are left from the end. And so I was listening to that this morning, and I was listening to Daniel chapter 9. And then it tell you about the judgment that's coming. I hope to get to that. And I'm not going to read it all to you. Just going to tell you, as they do, this charged portion of it. And I'm going to show you where after 70 years, that's when the judgment starts. And we know that the 70 years have ended. Why? Because this vaccine has started and the judgment started. Yeah? All right, so you don't have God's children already know that it's happening. But those who not the God's children, those who still straddling the fence and think they're going to live on both sides and it's going to be all right, still serving the gods of, yeah, still serving that statue that Nebuchadnezzar himself. And that statue what God has showed Father Abraham, still showing that statue. It's not going to get you nowhere. Right? Just let me know. Who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off the skin from off them, and their flesh from off their bones, will also eat the flesh of my people. But let me go back. Sorry, I mean, I have to say this another day. I'll tell you. So we say pluck off of their skin from off them, and the flesh from off their bones. So we know already that. So when you be autopsy, that's all you talk about, autopsy. How these people autopsy our people and still take them and wrap them up and bury them. No, they got to do an autopsy on them. All right. Just letting you know. And they tell you they hate the good and they love the evil. They just, once again, I told you, every time it dies down, whatever they're doing is where every time it dies down, they got to put something else on the television and to inflame you and get you mad and riled up about what's going on. But man, you got to do all that. When our people was in our land, and it's documented, and when our people was in our land and the people done any one of us wrong, then all the morning when everybody start praying and for something to happen to that person that ill-treated that one person, but they don't do that no more. Nah, man. They're too busy running behind the affairs and cares of their life. They're not paying attention. They're not helping themselves before the throne of grace. Okay? So when they killed their man, they would start praying. That's the church house and everything. If they would have been doing it the right way, a lot of stuff would have been avoided. But they didn't do it. And so, don't cry over spilled soul. We know that now the final judgment is upon. But anyway, so that's what they do. They autopsy. They cut our skin, lay it open, put all that stuff on. And so we know that. Okay. We eat also the flesh of my people and flay their skin off of them. Now you know that's there. Right? Cannibalism never stop. And they know why they eat the flesh. Okay? Also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin from off them. They break their bones and chop them in pieces as for the pie. And the flesh, and as flesh, what the cauldron is. So, well, we're doing all that. So when you talk about the cauldron, what is that? Well, that's what they put y'all in now when they cremate you. That's a cauldron. You know. And I remember a time when they had that casket, and that casket was a certain time people's law to chop off the people's legs. That's what they did. Right. Then should they cry unto the Lord, but he would not hear them. He would even hide his face from them at that time, as they had behaved themselves ill in their doing. Yeah, that's what's going on right now. They think that the Lord God hear them. Wait a minute. Yeah, every time I get up here, I always forget something. I try to prepare all the other time, be prepared and think of a few things, and next thing you know, yeah, well, God will tell you not to do it. Anyway, so let's continue on. So, all that's been happening, man. The Lord God came by, and all this was prophesied. When I read to you, that's prophecy. And we know that these things have happened, these things have not taken place. All right. You say, he doesn't hear that cry. Now, I know they don't hear the cry. Or anybody being healed in those church houses? Or anybody being healed when the IUIC people, the HUI people standing on the corner? Are they healing anybody? Come on, man. God says he's going to hide his face from them because you're not doing how you're supposed to be doing. The righteousness. Then should they cry unto me, unto the Lord, and he will not hear them. He would even hide his face from them at that time. But they had behaved themselves ill in their doing. And that's what we're doing, man. We still handling our genitals like we still being Gentile and haven't repented of the fornication, adultery. Haven't repented of any of it. Yeah, I look at it. I see you on YouTube and all those places and see, well, look at the church house, look in your congregation to find out that y'all haven't repented yet. But y'all will. Just give it a little time. Well, you're going to strip you naked. You see. Thus said the Lord concerning the prophet that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry peace, and he haven't put into their mouths even to prepare war against him. See? Just telling you. Just telling you. And I tell you the same thing over and over again. And these prophets has caused us to err so many years, but now, since our eyes and we're coming back into our own, our people, they're still fighting against us. Still fighting, still don't want to repent. All right. And then they say shalom. Don't say, you greet me, greetings, I greet you. But when you say shalom, peace, nah, bro, ain't no peace. It's peace. You supposed to be prepared. You prepare war against him. Are you preparing for war? No. You're still doing everything of this world. You're still putting on everything of this world. And Lord God tell you, well, I just didn't read that the other day. How are you going to be able to stand in the gap when the Lord comes? How are you going to be able to stand on his side, waiting, ready for to go against battle against these demons? Man, you can't go against no demon unless you have power. I remember reading the book of Acts when these men come across these demons, and the demons told, so well, Paul, I know, Jesus, I know, but we don't know you. And they jumped on these men and attacked them, and yeah, they did. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. And you're not prepared. You're supposed to be prepared for war against these demons, because they're here right now. Yeah. Therefore, night should be unto you, that you should not have a vision. It should be dark unto you, that you should not divine. The sun should go down over the prophets, and the day should be dark over them. Remember another thing. So when I see these people constantly having dreams and visions, all of a sudden they're brought to stop having dreams and visions. Well, that's the reason why. Yeah, because God will give you a time to say, He's going to pour out His Spirit on all flesh. But those who are claiming to be prophets and prophets, you have a time to repent. If you don't repent, man, just let me know. Because I dream to have dreams all the time. But like I say, sometimes I ask them, bring them back to them. I know I have a dream. Sometimes you give me a little snippet of it, let me know that the dream was there. And I know that I have a minister angel, and she ministers to me every night unto my spirit. All right. So just let me know. That's all I could do. And say, therefore, night should be upon unto you, that you should not have a vision. It should be dark unto you, that you should not divine. And the sun should go down over the prophets, and the day should be dark over them. Then should the seer be ashamed, and diviners confound. And that's what's going on right now. Yeah, don't worry, it's coming up on. Because Israel is waking up. Judah is waking up. Like I'll tell you. So, my holy angel was there, and I was watching Judah going back into their homeland, marching back into their land. That's what I see. So, like he told us, you're going to tell from those who are God and those who are not, those who are righteous and those who are unrighteous, those who are wicked, those who are holy, those who you're going to be able to tell. All right. Then shall the seers be ashamed, and the diviners confound. They shall all cover their lips, for there is no answer of God. But truly I am full of power by the Spirit of the Lord, and of judgment, and of might, to declare to Jacob his transgression, and to Israel his sin. Now, what is Jacob's transgression? And what is Israel's sin? And the thing about it, y'all hear the truth, you know the truth now, but you still want to go on and run behind the affairs and the cares of this life and things of this world, and listen to the pastor preacher who definitely teaching God's children to err. And you want to say, well, we heard that man this morning talk about, oh, God, monies and lands, and you're going to be prosperous, your business going to be prosperous. That's not God don't want you to have. that God about to destroy all that. He wants you to do what? Obey his voice. But let's continue. Well, that's your transgression of sin. You are not keeping this holy covenant. You're not keeping the Sabbath day, which is a part of the holy covenant. You're not taking off all the things of this world, which still is a part of the holy covenant. You're not remembering the Sabbath day. That remember that once you was a slave in Egypt. You're not getting up in the morning praying. You're not getting in the afternoon praying. Come on, bro. You're not at nighttime praying. You're not doing nothing with the dust in the eye. I do because I'm looking at you. You're still having to strip yourself of the things of this world. And you just think that, oh, God hears your prayers. You don't think God hears your prayers. You don't. If God was hearing your prayers and everything, you would be out there marching, like in March. And that's one of the reasons why he's not hearing your prayer. Because you refuse to repent. You're supposed to have on sackcloth and ashes and repent and waiting for these demons to come down. As he told you, he said, I'm pushing those demons out of heaven. Yeah, they got eviction notice. And that eviction notice going to be paid. And they'll be right down here on earth. And are you going to be able to stand against those demons when they're here on earth? Well, you know they come. I have read that to you. All right. Well, you keep on going. Keep on going. You think you know better than me, you go right on the head, right? You go right on the head. When you face with one of those demons. And when you face with that darkness, because it's yours, it's here now. And every now and then a demon can try to see if I'm slipping and coming in attack. All right. Just let you know. All right. Hear this, I pray you, heads of house of Jacob, prince of the house of Israel, that avoid judgment and pervert all equity. That's what you do. You pervert all that is good, all that is righteous. Yeah? And you avoid judgment. And dude, man, you know you avoid judgment. People are going right along the program. Whatever these people tell you to do, that's what you're doing. They build up Zion with blood and Jerusalem with iniquity. And so we know where Zion at, you know where Jerusalem at, and you know that those people over there that say they are Jews, but they are not. And see all that bloodshed and how they're doing it, how they are assassinating people all throughout the world, how they are, every time they get ready to start up some mess over there with the Palestinians, they do it all. I mean, there you're supposed to be over there. There you went over there and got these people talking about they're Jews and to bring them back to Israel. But those are Israel. You're the Jew. And you bring them people back until they put the people back in their home before their time. And the reason why you're doing that, because you're about to kick off a big war and you need some bodies to put out there. You need some soldiers to go out there. So real people, don't worry. Don't worry, Lord God going to expose your plan. Okay? All right. They build up Zion with blood. You have all these weapons of mass destruction. You're doing cloning. You're doing all types of stuff over there. Why? Because people are not going to question you. Oh, God showed me we can't go attack them. That's a lie. You're going to see. You're going to see. Yeah, you got to remember. The Medes, the Persians, the Babylonians, all of them came and did what to Israel every time they sinned. Did what to Jerusalem every time it was found filthy. Come on, bro. Still the same thing going on. Them demons can't protect you, man. The heads that are judged for reward, the priests that are teach for what? For hire. That's why he destroyed that monstrosity that went all over the world. But it's going to rise again. The Catholic Church that went all over the world, doing all those evil and wicked things and thought that they was going to do it forever. Yeah, we are the Lord God. We are Christ Jesus. And we come here to break them. And then after that, doing all that robbing, stealing, raping, looting, doing all that thing. People in the United Nations doing that too. The UN, yeah, got some peacekeeper with that UN. Yeah, you don't hear about how they went over there in Africa and raped all those women. Yeah, and then they have babies out, have made all those babies, and they got a woman. She can't do nothing because she bought shame, and because she had been raped by this man. And there's a whole lot going on that they don't tell you about. Yeah, all right, and you know who's doing it. Right. Go ahead on. And say, the heads that are judged for reward, does it not? And the priests that are teach for hire. Yeah. I heard that girl, grace and mercy, man. Shame, man. All that you went through, now you still want to run behind the dollar. And the prophets, they are divine for money. I keep telling y'all that over and over again. How you think I get this? Does not the Lord God have written this down in truth for me to reveal this to you and let you know where it's at and what you're doing is wrong. And I keep telling you that over and over again, y'all. What to do, keep on doing like you want. Then one day, when the law of God comes and sock it to you, as they say, sock it. When one law of God comes and judgment be brought against you, then you're going to say, well, why are we going through this tribulation? Oh, Lord God, did we prophesy in your name? Oh, Lord God, did we heal in your name? I ain't doing all that for what? Monies. Oh, Lord God, did I have a mega church with 5,000 members bringing $1 million every week? Yeah, you had all that. But who you was doing that for? But you're doing that for the help of people yourself. Are you doing what thus say the Lord? Okay. Then God already know what you was going to do. All right. All right, just letting you know. And the prophets thereof, divine command, does not perish stone, and John Kane and this other rabbis come on YouTube. I see them on YouTube. I see them on television also. We talk about YouTube right now. And on Facebook, all this stuff are not on. And does it not come on there? And when it come on, they have a commercial on there. Then they have the PayPal on there. Then they have the .com on there where you can come and give them monies and everything. And then I hear them on television now, the Haggies and all them. Please give to us, to our ministry. Even though that this COVID thing and you can't come to church, that church is still there. You still have to give to it. Come on. Yeah? Well, keep on going. The Lord God already told you we was going to go read the book of Isaiah. Right? Going to strip you neck. All heads should be bald. Okay. I mean, I can go into it, but I'm not trying to think of it right now. Because I think of it, I'll go there and then we get off from what we're talking about. All right. Because I have a couple more after this one. Then he say, and the prophets divine for money, yet they lean upon the Lord and say, is not the Lord among us? No evil can come upon us. And that's the same thing over there in that piece of dirt. Yeah? Yeah, same old thing over there in Israel. That was happening over there. That same thing happened to the Catholic Church. Same thing happened to the Muslims, Hindus, and all of the rest of the United States. All of them doing the same thing. Yeah, they no evil can come upon them. But that evil hasn't come. Yeah, you just watching the first part of it. Hey, come on, bro. You know what? I got it. Let me go there. I just can bring it to you and read it to you. I have read it to you once before. I'll read it to you again. Yeah, it's not going to take long to go bring it to you. Yeah, well, we're going to the Apocrypha. I'm just going to read this one thing, and then I'm going to go it on. Yeah, I'm just going to read this one. The people, man, don't you know what those spirits are made for? God told you. Let me read it to you. Going to Ecclesiasticus, and we're going to chapter 39. I think it's the 29th verse. Yeah, well, y'all still in the Holy Bible. That's why y'all know these things. Get out the Holy Bible. Learn that God has made other things. All right. We're starting at the 28th verse. Ecclesiastes chapter 39, starting at the 28th verse. It said, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And so when the Lord God tells you, all those demons, everything that's in those heavens, you kick them down, and they coming out for what? Vengeance against who? All those who are ill-treated Israel, all those who are enslaved Israel, all those who following up behind the heathen. It's the end, man. Come on, bro. That's what they are created for. All right. Well, let's continue on. Verse 29. Fire and hail, famine and death, all these was created for vengeance. Once again, fire and hail, famine and death, all these was created for what? For vengeance. And are not they taking root, are not they taking place. And then you got a lot more coming. You got 10 plagues. You just on the first one. Then after that, you got more stuff coming up on it. All right. Well, let's come right to the next one. Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. I repeat it. Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. That's all the plagues that are for God most eternal mighty one told our father Abraham about the 10 plagues and what they was going to do and what they was going to have. That are not just a part of it. When you go to the book of Revelation, does this not tell you about that also? Well, let's continue on. Okay. Verse 31. They should rejoice in his commandment. They should be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, They should not transgress his word. Repeat. They should rejoice in his commandment. And they should be ready upon the earth when need is. And when their time is come, they should not transgress his word. And that's the evil spirits are here now. And they working out. Don't you think this vaccine and everything? You know what? I can explain it better than that. Yeah, I can explain way better than that. You have these scientists, and these scientists are what? They're trying to find out the secrets of heaven. And when you go to Enoch chapter 8, and it tell you about Ezekiel and all what they've done, and how these people, the scientists, are what they try to find out. Trying to find out the secrets of heaven that man was supposed to know. And that's what they're out there doing. Every day. I was listening to the news this morning about China and how they got this big, the one that just destroyed in South America. Now China, they built one also. To hear the noises and the sound from outer space. Come on, man. Y'all ain't got to leave with those demons and think people don't know. I was watching X-Files, and an X-File Krychek, that's I think his name was Krychek. And so now he go over there to Russia, and Russia have, now remember, this way before this plague came about. So he goes over there to Russia, and so they have found, Russia have the cure first for for this black oil for that plague. That it was representing plague. I'll go over there. I'll show you where you're supposed to look at those things. And so he found it first, and then he bring it back, cure back to America, just like it was. Did not Russia have the cure first? They start vaccine first, and then after this, start back. The next thing you know, America start vaccinating and everything. Come on, man. Tell you that's them demons. Tell you that right there in front of your face. Yeah? And you don't going on. Think them demons are not in control. Not in control of these scientists and all that. That's the one who give them those things. Let them know. They say, oh, I think all of this up on my own. It's a lie, right? Just like me reading the scriptures. That didn't just come to me. Lord God gave it unto me. That's how I can tell you where it's at. And how do I know it? Because the Holy Spirit, Lord God, got to give me a minister angel, and it teaches me these things. Come on, brother. And that's the same thing with those scientists. If you don't serve the Lord God, then who you serve? The devil. If you don't humble yourself and give all yourself to the Lord God, then who you giving yourself to? The devil. The Lord God tell you, say all the time, say, man, you can't serve two masters. You can't serve God and mammon too. No. You can't be looking for the secrets of this world and praying to God who have these secrets. Oh, man. Can't do it. And so you in league with those demons. And them demons giving you everything, not to only destroy you, destroy the whole world, to destroy all mankind. And I know they say, well, come on, we're going to give you the secret, and all you want to be able to do is destroy the righteous seed. That ain't the way that worked. That was Lord God said. Lord God said, well, I won't save the righteous seed, but the heathen seed and all those that ill-treated them, all those that enslaved them, those I would judge. All right? It's got a lot going on to that, man. The whole lot going on. I'm going to get it all into that. But I'm just letting you know. Okay? Yet what they lean upon the Lord say is not the Lord among us. No evil can come upon us. And they put that evil all through the Catholic Church. Not just the Catholic Church. The Muslim, they took over. Catholic Church, all these elitists. And man, it always amazed me, because I did it also, how one person or one government can get these poor people to do anything that they want to do. Anything. They have all those people down in, now you can't tell me South America don't have food. They do have food. Women, everything, men, everything you have in South. But why would you come from way to South America all the way up to Babylon? Why would you do it? Yeah. All right, well, you go ahead on. I know why. God know why you do it. Right. Let us continue on. Therefore shall Zion for your sake be plowed as a field, and Jerusalem shall become a heap, and the mountain of the house of the high places of the forest. I would be, because y'all think that piece of dirt over there is real, and God ain't going to destroy it. Come on, man. You know what book you read. I don't know what prophecy you read. This is the prophecy. Therefore, Zion should be for your sake, flowered as a field. It's not going to be for you because we're going back home. Then you have to clean it up. You have to clean all that up from over there. And Jerusalem shall become heaps, and the mountain of the house of the high places of the forest. So we destroyed it all. Then after we destroy it all, he's going to be there, and then he's going to have us and bring us over there. All right, well, let's continue on. And that's Micah chapter 3. So now we're going to Naaman, and I will go to Naaman, and I said, Lord, why are we going to Naaman too much? But he gave it to me this morning. I can remember when they told me this morning, then I remember that was a part of the prophecy that I brought over there to Jerusalem and Israel and all those places over there. Yeah, brought the prophecy I told you about that. Woe unto the bloody city is full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not. Once again, woe to the bloody city is full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not. And when you look at this, yeah, man, come on, bro. People, ever since them people been over there, that's all they've been doing, robbing, stealing, land. We want this land, we want land for that. This is our land, we want y'all over there. Yes, that's all they're doing. But that's going on all over the world. The whole world has become what? Babylon. Well, let's continue on. Woe to the bloody city is full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not. The noise of the whip, the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and the prancing horses and the jumping chariots. The horsemen lift up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. And there's a multitude of slain. The great number of carcasses, there is no end of their corpse. They stumble upon their corpse. And when it's coming, just watch, keep watching. Keep watching, man. Oh, this is a design plan. Watch. Because of the multitudes of the whoredom and the well-favored harlots, once again, because of the multitudes of the whoredoms and of the well-favored harlots, the mistress of witchcraft that selleth nation through her whoredoms and the families through her witchcraft. Yeah? All that's over there. Yeah, well, you go to the book, Testament of Solomon. And when you go to the Testament of Solomon, point blank tells you what is over there and how long it's been over there. And when it's, yes, they tell it, and all that's over there, all that piece of dirt, and they spread it out through the whole world. All right. I was listening to that was Lakers and how they got their ring and all the witchcrafts and all that, what they done to the ring and how they went to the jeweler and he usually have a long time, but he got it in so much time. He's telling me they always got one of those NBA players or somebody coming there asking for a ring or something for their people. Okay. Nothing but witchcraft, man. But let's continue on. Yeah, you know it's probably a Jewish person that's doing that. Man, it's all over the world, right? But let's read something. We read Testament of Solomon, and we go on to the 113th paragraph. The 113th paragraph. And when they were gone, I ordered Onias. He brought forward and said to him, "Tell me how you know this." And he answered, "We demons ascend into the ornaments of heaven and fly about the stars." And that's why you have the Chinese. They say they have something on the moon, a platform on the moon. They got America. They got their station along with Russia up there in space. Man, come on, bro. They're all up there, man, communicating with those demons. And demons, yeah, that's they want you to communicate them. But let's continue. It says, "We demons are sitting in the firmament of heaven and fly among the stars. And we hear the sentence which go forth upon the souls of men. And for what we come, and whether force of influence, by fire or by sword, or by some accident, we veil our act of destruction. We veil our acts of destruction. And if a man does not die by some untimely disaster or by violence, then we demons transform ourselves. Transform. Now remember, shapeshift, transform. That's what it said. Then we demons transform ourselves in such a way to appear to men and be worshipped in our human nature. Once again, I repeat, because that's what you're doing, but they don't know that they're doing it. He said, a time of disaster or by violence. Then we demons transform ourselves in such a way to appear to men and be worshipped in our own human nature. Yeah, yeah, that's what's going on. I'm more to that than just that. Let me see where I can. Well, the demons are in the rule of everything. Gotta get the testament solid. And the guy let y'all worshiping those demons. That's y'all. Y'all worshiping those demons. All right. Yeah, that's what y'all doing. All right. Then we're gonna read this here, this paragraph, 21st paragraph. And then once I bid another demon, and he led unto me, and instantly there approached to me the demon of Asmodeus, and bound, and I asked him, who art thou? But he shot me a glance of anger and rage, and said, and who art thou? And I said to him, thus punished as thou art, answer thou. But he was with rage and said to me, now, how should I answer thee, for thou art the Son of Man, whereas I am born an angel's seed by the daughter of a man, so that no word of our heavenly kind addressed the earthly born, and can be overweening. Now you got a lot of that's going on, but you got to also understand that same thing, proud and arrogant Satan did the same thing. I worship no man. I tell you what to do. Say the same thing. But didn't know that just like right now, Lord God has given you powers over these demons to tread over the scorpions and demons, but you don't want that. You want what the demons offer you. All right, well, let's continue on reading. I'm just letting you know where the power comes from and that you have that power. That's why the Lord God said, how are you going to be able to stand in the day of war, in the day of the great judgment, when those demons, you're going to have to fight against these demons, face to face. Well, let's continue on. He said, for thou art the Son of Man, whereas thou was born angel's seed, the daughter of a man, so that no word of our heavenly kind addressed the earthly born can be overweening. Wherefore also my star is bright in the heaven, and men call it sometimes the wing, and sometimes the dragon's child. The dragon's child. I say dragons. They told me to say dragons. All right, sometimes the dragon's child. I kept near to this. I keep near unto this thought. So ask me not many things, for thy kingdom also after a little time is to be disrupted. Now, you got to understand that after King Solomon, you know what happened after that. It tells you the Testament. I'm not going to. Let me continue. And say, ask me not many things, for thy kingdom also after a little time is to be disrupted, and thy glory but for a season. In a short time will be thy tyranny over us. In a short time be thy tyranny over us. And then we shall again have free range over mankind. Once again, and then we shall have free range over mankind. And so that they shall revere us as if we were God. And that's what you have now. So when you see all these the X-Men and Transformers and with the X-Men Transformers, these Marvel characters, all that, DC characters, all those are demons. Yeah? Okay. That's what you're doing. You're worshiping demons. Okay. And then we should have free range over mankind. And as they should revere us as if we were gods, not knowing men that they are the names of the angels set over us. And so, so that's what you're doing, man. All right. And so you got all those people over there. Let me give you one more to let you know that those people over there on that piece of dirt, those people that say they are Jews but not, all they're doing is worshiping what? Demons. That's what they're doing. So let's find out if they're demons, worshiping demons. And then they got that star on their flag. That's a demon star. And then when I see the IUI people, anybody got that star calling the star, that's a demon that you're worshiping. Well, let's continue on. All right. Okay. Well, let's find out. All right. Find out how I know that the worship being how the Lord God told you to worship. Now I saw and glorify God and adorn the temple of the Lord with all Pharisees. And I was glad in the spirit in my kingdom, and there was peace in my days. And I took wives of my own from every land, who was numerous. See, and I marched against the Jebusians. Now you know the Jebusians. And I saw a Jebusian daughter of a man, and fell violently in love with her, and desired to take her to wife along with my other wives. And I said to their priests, give me that, Sunamites, Shunammite, and give me that Shunammite to wife. But in his have two, I say Sunamantes and Shunamites to wife. But the priest of the Moloch said to me, now remember, Moloch is that star god that they worship. Okay. I seen T.D. Jake this morning. Now he has on that, I think it's a red jacket, look like red, but it could be some other color. Might have been futures, I don't know. A black pant. And then he's standing up there holding up the OK sign, which is the sign of crushing the locusts. Yeah? Saying that I serve no God. All right. Well, let's continue on and find out what the locusts mean. That OK sign, what it means. And then you look in all your moves, everything. Somebody got to throw up that sign. Let's see. Let's see. And the priest of the Moloch said to me, if thou lovest this maiden, go and worship our gods, the great god Rephan, and the god called Moloch. And I therefore was in fear of the glory of God, and did not follow to worship. And I said to them, I will not worship a strange god. What is this proposal that you compel me to do so much? And they said, by our fathers. Now, that's before to worship those strange gods all life. I can get a little deeper into that, but we'll keep it right there, according to our fathers. And when I answered that I would on no account worship a strange god, they told the maiden not to sleep with me until I comply and sacrifice to their gods. And that's the same thing. And these people right now worshiping the money. Just reading that to Malachi, the Lord God telling me and showing me what they are doing, telling me to tell you and show you what they're doing. Malachi, Micah chapter 3. And it's showing and telling you what they are doing. But y'all don't get the gist of it. Why? Because they had that seducing spirit and that sorcery and that enchantment that they had in all those church houses. Now you say, well, you go lie with that lie. All right, well, you go read the Apocalypse of Father Abraham. Father Abraham tells Joseph, he said, don't answer Zazel, because God has given Zazel the will and the way to anybody that answers, anybody that agrees. And when I was in those church houses, that's why I said, amen, and agreed with these pastors and preachers and the lies and things that they was teaching. The next thing you know, that same spirit that came over them and come over me. And I found myself out there running behind the fares and the cares of this life, running behind strange women and strange flesh, as they were called. And I found myself worshiping money, gold, silver, land, fine raiment, and cars, and everything they have to do with what Azazel and all those demons that falling down. Yeah. Instead of me learning once again how to pray and stand in prayer, somebody tell me something, when I tell you something different, how they are. Yeah? Tell them something, you got to tell them something back. Do you something, you got to try to do anything they do unto you that they are not agreeable with, they got to do, they got to retaliate. Then all that fall up behind that false God and false prophecies that they call Ellen G. White. And all those false books and doctrines that they put out there. Then you're going to come to me and tell me that I'm wrong, that I'm the one creating habit. Yes. Yeah. Trying to get your eyes to be open. But anyway, let's continue on. And when I saw, they say, what is the proposal that you compel me to do so much? And they say, by our fault. And when I answered, I would hope on no account worship of strange gods. And they told me the maid not to sleep with me until I compelled his sacrifice to the gods. And then I was moved to craft the Eros. He said, as I said, Eros. Eros. and Eros brought, now this is a demon, brought me and laid by her for me 5 grasshoppers, saying, take these grasshoppers and crush them together in the name of our God Moloch. And that's when there's, but I just say 5, but it was 3. In another book I read to you say 3. And I know it was 3. Yeah, and this one here says 5. But when they put up the OK sign, you see those 3 fingers, and then you see the OK, that means they're crushing the grasshopper, and then they get their monies or whatever, worshiping that they're doing. But and then find out all those preachers in the church house, and then now one time all those preachers in the church house, they try to get me to do that also, try to become a basic, and then. Yeah, then like they say, the next thing you know, they become Illuminati, and all of them on what? Money's, all of this the same. Everything, all that is up devil, trying to get them to continue on to do what? Yeah, like I read to you yesterday. Trying to get you to once again be disobedient in God's face. And that's what they are doing. Yeah, well, they have transformed themselves. Satan have transformed himself in the angel light. And Satan is in all those church houses. And all those religions, all those different denominations, all that is of Satan. Because if you go to read the Shepherd of Harvest, you know what is the pure church. You know that you are the pure church. You know that what you're seeking is already in you. That light is already in you. You don't have to give nobody no money for that. You don't have to go to no church house, serve no wood and stone for that. You don't have to put on no fire red and get your hair fried, dyed, and laid aside and all that for that. Lord, I already read it to you. Well, anyway, let's continue on. Now, you remember that this is in Jerusalem. This is in Israel on that piece of dirt where they're still at. All them demons in there. Well, let's continue on reading. All right, just let you know. Then I was moved, but crafty Eros bought and laid by me for for me 5 grasshoppers, saying, take these grasshoppers, crush them together in the name of the God Moloch, and then will I sleep with you. But you got to understand now, you understand that when people say that, yeah, that's like they're making a big joke. The woman wanted you to do something, she knows that you're weak. A man wants the woman to do something and know that they're weak. They come in there, and I remember he had the marriage already. All right, because that was their law. He couldn't sleep with a woman unless it was, well, I can't say that because he did other stuff too. But anyway, there was married. And so he wanted it that bad and everything. And so, you know how she did? She come in there with Michael came in there naked. Came in there with something see-through on and stood up by her side and said, if you want me, you're going to have to crush these days. And then after the crush, now you understand that this woman's a virgin. And she's a very beautiful lady. And most likely she was a princess or a queen or something. Most likely that's what she was. Right? He tells you in the text, but I'm not going to really find it out. But I'm just telling you how the situation is. Because a lot of times when I was there, a lot of times when I was in, like I told you before, when I was in Seventh-day Adventist church, and I met a woman and everything in that church, and she was a virgin and everything, and I warned her and wanted to marry her and everything. They said, no. If you want to marry her, you got to go get rebaptized. Yeah? And then all of a sudden, Holy Ghost, and you're going to have to read our books and come to our doctrine. And that's what I did. And I found myself in such a dark place. And stay in that dark place many years behind that foolishness, right? Just letting you know. Oh yeah, just telling you, man, you can repent, you can get out of all that foolishness. Because there ain't nothing but big false, big foolishness, and that foolishness is leading you straight to hell. You're damned, right? Just letting you know. A lot of men and women. Well, I want me a woman. I want me a church woman. I want me a man, for God-fearing man. I want me a God-fearing man. You go right there in that church house, not knowing that that's what you get. A bunch of demons. Yeah? The demons fear God. But anyway. So look for them when they're on television. Okay, who you watching? If they're a pastor preacher, they got to throw up the okay sign. Watch it. Yeah, one of those mega preachers do it all the time. You got to wash your hands. All right. Say, take these breads out and crush them together. And crush them together in the name of the God Moloch. And then will I sleep with you. And then this I actually did. And that was, now the reason why he actually did, a lot of people look at this, seeing that Say, man, that ain't no effect on me. I'm going to do it. And then when you do that, man, it's going to have an effect upon you because you're telling God, I don't want to serve you no more. I want this woman more than I want you. And I've done it also. A lot of women have done it also. A lot of men have done it also. But when you come to your senses, get yourself back again, man. Become chaste again. Read Shepherd of Hartman. Become chaste again. And learn how to take control of your genitals. That's why you're Gentiles. All right. I say, all right. And this I actually did. Now, once the Spirit of God departed from me, now I became weak as well as foolish in my words. And that's what I done also. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And all I wanted to do was everything 7-day Adventist. Running behind, went to Oakwood College, 7-day Adventist. Reading all their books, 7-day Adventist. Come on, man. Dressing up with all that false, proud, puffed up, arrogant. Yeah. Proud, arrogant, boastful. That's what I have become. I'm a 7-day Adventist. Yeah. They say I'm a Christian. No, I'm a 7-day Adventist Christian. Did all that. Yes, I did. I'm laughing now, but it wasn't no joke when I was there. No, indeed, man. Every time you look around, all I was doing serving them gods, day and night and day. God, every time you look around, I'm at Sabbath come, I'm at the church house. Yeah, yeah, man. Serving those gods. And then had the woman. I won't get too much far into that because they don't know. They don't know. They've been in that thing all their life, but they don't know. No, they don't know. There's some of them. They always have some good ones, but nah, they don't. And this actually I did that once the Spirit of God departed from me. Now I became weak as well as foolish in my words. And after that I was obligated. You see, obligated. To say obliged. After that I was obliged by her to build a temple of idols to Baal. See. Now don't have to get obligated. See, obligated. I have to get obliged. Got obliged. They didn't say that. O-B-L-I-G-D. By her to build a temple of the idols of Baal, and to Rapha, and to Moloch, and to the other idols. See? And that's the same demons they're over there serving right now. All right. You don't think so, huh? That's their star god. And that's Baal. Are you not Baal? Well, yeah. I'm not going there. You go and Google it. Find out. That's what y'all do these days. All right. And Moloch and to the other idols. And then what? Yeah, then wretch that I give follow her advice in glory, in the glory of God, quite departed from me. Quite departed from me. In the glory of God, quite departed from me. Now, you got I just want you to understand this. They tell you, we all know the story how they thought that he had lost his mind when the Song of Solomon come and he was running out in the streets and doing things like that, and one of the soldiers really beat him. It's in the Song of Solomon. Tells you that. And it tells you how he had lost his mind. And then the Queen of Sheba tells you that also. And that's how they say the Ark of the Covenants over there in Ethiopia. That's how it got back. That's where Haile Selassie's seed come from all that had taken place, because you know what he did. It's written. It's our testimony. All right, but we also know that he repented. And how you know he repented, the book of Ecclesiastes tell you how he repented, and that's where you get the Old of Solomon, Testament of Solomon, and all those things come from. All right, and this that you know, it's truly happened. I'm supposed to tell you about Lawrence of Arabia, not Lawrence of Arabia, the Arabian Night. Okay, well, maybe that's another time. What does it say? Now I became, it say, quite departed from me. And my spirit was darkened. I became the sport of idols and demons. They say, and my spirit was darkened. I became the sports of idols and demons. And that's what it is now. A lot of people don't have no spirit in them. Because why? Because these pastors, I just been reading that too. Why the Lord God don't hear your prayers? And just like Solomon, all that he had done for God, everything that he had done for God, then what happened? He sinned. And God departed from him. That's what happened to me. I sinned, and God departed from me. And then when I repented and came back to my senses and started obeying his voice and keeping his commandment, then he returned and returned everything back to me sevenfold. But I'm just telling you that you're in these church houses and you're running behind all these different people and these different doctrines and different religions, and there's no God in that, man. You're not serving God. God not here. Well, God gave you some money when I prayed for it. Okay, well, you think that's God gave you that money? You pray out. Oh man, God is blessing me. It's like a lot of people see when this thing come about, whenever they decide to build it, they think that's God blessing. Come on, man. But anyway, let's continue on. I just let you know. In my spirit, well, because that's what, man, them demons and things, man, the demons laughing at y'all. Demons come there and take over you anytime they want, do anything they want to. Why you think them people able to go there and shoot people down like a dog? Man, one of them demon policemen, demons in those policemen, they're already evil and wicked. Esau and Edomite's children. And they see a righteous child out there, and knowing that the Spirit of God have departed from it, go right there and shoot them down like a dog. All right, just let you know. All I can tell you. And my spirit was dark, and I became exposed of idols ending, as we are now today. Wherefore I wrote out this testimony, that you get possession of it, may pray and attend to the last thing and not to the first, so that you may find grace forever and ever. Amen. Now that's the testimony of Solomon. Okay. Because Solomon controlled, just like the law going to give you now, control of all these demons and everything. But just let me know. All right, so let's continue on. Back to where we started. Because the multitude of whoredoms and the well-favored harlots and the mysteries of witchcraft and selling nation through whoredoms and families through hard witchcraft. And that's what's going on. That's why the people tell you right now, well, this is strong delusion. There's witchcraft going on to tell you, the Jews to tell you somebody that we are God's chosen people. And that land belongs to us. And you can't attack us because God, because our God going to destroy it. Come on, man. And they're looking there and seeing all that filth and everything that they're doing. And you don't know that there's witchcraft that's going on. It's going on all over the world. Well, they put out a strong delusion and say that, oh, everybody hates the Jews. But that's a lie. Who everybody hates? You know everybody hates them. Can't go nowhere. Behold, I am against thee, say the Lord of hosts. I will discover the skirts upon thy face. I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdom thy shame. And that's what he's doing for the people over there in the piece of 30 saying, there Israel. Man, watch when they find out how much filth and wickedness coming from over there. Well, and more as Israel start praying and start getting their power back, all that darkness and everything, and all that blindness over the world gonna start going and start fading off, and people gonna be seeing the real truth. And it's gonna be a whole different situation. That's why the Lord gonna tell you these things. All right? Because you're gonna, like you say, you're gonna uncover it. And everybody gonna see their nakedness and the kingdom of their shame, what they have done. Because right now, they got all them witches and witchcraft, and they spread that doctrine and all that deceit all over the world. Another way they're doing it with that television. Oh man, all that filth going on the television, you laugh at God, doing it too, I'm doing it too. Ha ha, he and not seeing the real thing was going on with it. All right. They can come on television right now. And you can see a man with another man, woman with another. And I'm talking about on the commercial. And then what you said, we accept that. And who's behind that? Who on this television station? Who on, you hear the music and all that filth in those music and everything. Well, who on that? Who accept that? Come on, man. Who making the record deals? Who over that? All right. And I will cast a bottom of filth upon thee and make thee bow and will set thee as a glazing stock. And it shall come to pass that all that look upon thee shall flee from thee. And said, Nineveh is laid waste. Who have been mourned her? When shall I seek comforters for her? Art thou better than populous? No. They that situate among the rivers, that had the waters around about it, whose ramparts was the seas, and her walls was from the sea. Ethiopia and Egypt was her strength, was infinite. But Lebanon were thy helpers, yet was she carried away. She went into captivity. Her young children also was dashed in pieces on the top of all the streets. And they cast lots for the honorable men. And all her great men was bound and chained. Now, who are you talking about? Well, did that not happen? Right? Still happening in some parts of the world right now. Unto us, thou shalt also be drunken, thou shalt be hid. Thou also shalt be drunken, thou shalt be hid. Thou shalt seek strength because of the enemy. Once again, thou shalt also be drunken, thou shalt be hid. Thou also shalt seek strength because of the enemy. And all thy strongholds should be like fig trees with the first ripe figs. That's a powerful statement. But we know who the fig tree is. And all thy strongholds should be like fig trees with the first ripe figs. If they be shaken, they even shall fall into the mouth of the eaters. Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. Boy, that was part of the prophecy. Because they, during the time also, they had that alert going on. And all of them had their instruments seen, they'd gone into their places of war and all like that. And then the Lord God had maybe write that down in the prophecy. Yeah. They thought they was, man, when the people start coming up there, when the real deal start happening, you're going to see. All right. Okay, you're going to see. Watch. Keep watching. Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. The gates of thy land should be set wide open unto thy enemies, and the fire should devour thy bars. But also, not just that piece of dirt over there, Jerusalem, Israel. No. There are a whole lot of nations like that. America is like that. Okay, man. Let me tell you something about. They talk about the slums in the city, the ghetto, which they have created that. But let me tell you something about it. See, one of them young boys got a weapon, a gun, or an AK-47. He's wild. He's a beast. That's the way it is. But take that beast, take that AK from, take that 9mm from and all like that, and put him in, throw that in there with some real men who go along, they fight and not afraid of, and see what he's become. We have all these people out there with all these weapons of war, but when them weapons of war no longer fire, they ain't got no more bullets. What they gonna do then? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. When they see them demons coming down, what you think they gonna do? When they see the real demons coming down, naked and black and dark, and everything black and dark, what you think these people gonna do? All right, I'm just letting you know, man. All right. Well, y'all know better than God, and this law God writing this in this prophecy, and letting his prophets telling you this. Well, that day is upon you. Gonna see, man. Why do you think so many people? Oh, I can't wait for that. Waiting for that vaccine. I'm gonna tell you that vaccine. Why? Because they're afraid. And what else are you afraid of? Death coming to you, whether you be afraid or not. You're coming. You're gonna take all that vaccine you want. It's not gonna stop with the judgment that has been brought against you. Just been reading that to you. Well, we're going on. You got some degrees and some alphabets before and behind your name. They can pump you up. And nah, bro. The great equalizer. Death is one of the great equalizers. Okay. Behold, thy people in the midst of thee are women. The gates of thy land should be set wide open unto thy enemies. The fire should devour thy balls. Draw thee waters for the siege, fortify the stronghold. Go into the clay and trade the mortar. Make strong the brickling. Yeah? Oh, yeah. You see? All right. There should the fire divide thee, the sword should cut thee off, and it should eat thee up like the cankerworm. Make thyself many as the cankerworm. Make thyself many as the locust. Thou hast multiplied thy merchants above the stars of heaven, and the cankerworm scarlet and flied away. Thy crown is as the locust, and thy captains as the grasshopper, which camp in the hedges in the cold day. But when the sun arises, they flee away, and their place is not known where they are. That's another thing. Yeah, you got to listen to those allegories. All right, because you got a lot of people out there taking that vaccine. It's cold now. But what's going to happen when they heat up? You're going to see. You're going to see. Thy shepherd slumber, O king of Israel, Assyria. Thy shepherd slumber, O king of Assyria. Thy nobles shall dwell in the dust. Thy people is scattered upon the mountains, and no man gathered them. And so you know that's going on right now. Yeah, that little war and that little thing leading up to something bigger. Keep watching. There is no healing of thy bruise, thy wounds is grievous. And all that hear the bruit of thee shall clap their hands over thee. For upon whom had thou, you know what, I'm rushing. I got it, I want to go after this. Say, there is no healing of thy bruise, thy wound is grievous. All that hear the bruit of thee shall clap the hands over thee. And upon whom they have not thy wickedness past continually. But upon whom have not thy wickedness past continually. That is more than Assyria. That's what America, China, United States, Britain, Great Britain as they call it. Yeah, the 7 kingdoms, the 10 kingdoms, all over the world, that wickedness continually. Hell yeah. Almost over with now, though. All that they have done unto us. Judgment has been passed. One more. And I don't know where I'm going after this. One more. All right, I want Zephaniah. Got to go to Zephaniah chapter 3. So all these three goes together. All of them talk about the destruction, not just of especially the destruction of the mystery, because they call it mystery Babylon. And so now you know that when they talk about mystery Babylon, what they talk about, what it's speaking of. Because a lot of people don't understand all that filth and wickedness that's going over there on that piece of dirt. They call it Israel. Yeah, a whole lot of wicked things going on there. Why? Because they're even with the government. Just like our father Isaiah told us. That's why they had to kill it. All right? Okay, well, you see, keep watching. Keep watching. There's no righteousness over there, man. None. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, the oppressing city. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to oppressing city. Say, obey not the voice. She obeyed not the voice. She received not correction. She trusted not in the Lord. She drew not near to her God. Yeah. That's a big false honor. You don't have no God in them. I told you they're God. They're waiting on their God. They're waiting on the Messiah and the other person they waiting on. The Muslim and them, they're waiting on the same thing. Yes, they are. All of them are leaders over there. They get all them poor people. Yeah, a lot of people, poor people go along to be what they got money, they got house, they got what I don't have. Come on, man. Oh, man, you got way more than them. But you don't want it. You want what they have. She obeyed not the voice. She received not correction. She trusted not in the Lord. She drew not near to her God. She drew not near to her God. Her princes within her are roaring lions, a judge or evening wolves. They gnaw not the bone till the marrow. That's what they do. You know they are. Well, okay, well, let's continue on. Her prophets are light and are treacherous persons. Her precepts polluted the sanctuary. They have done violence to the law. Now, who all that talking about? That's self-explanatory. And why you think all this is shut down, closed down? Lord God told you that it was going to be like this one day. All right. And say, when you see all this, know that what? The end is near. Right? And see all this thing, know that it's what? The beginning of sorrow. Right? Just the first plague. It's not deep into the first plague. Our prophets are light and treacherous persons. Our precept polluted the sanctuary. They have done violence to the Lord. Now, have that not happened? But the people keep you away from this truth. All they want you to do is, all they want you to do is look at what that pastor preacher had or listen to what that pastor preacher telling you, or the priest telling you, or the pope telling you, or the rabbi tell you, or the imam tell you. And that's what you listen to, and not knowing that these people have sinned greatly against God. And if they are so holy and righteous, where the healing that went away? I don't see them healing nobody. Where's the blessing that they're supposed to be giving to people? Oh, man. And that's what he told you. That's the witchcraft and the enchantments and all that's going on. And God's people know. You can't fool the elect know. But what about all the rest of them? All those in that church house claiming that they want to serve God, claiming that they want to get next to the God, claiming that they are righteous and holy, not knowing that they're so far from God. They are polluted. Why? Because the person that you follow is polluted. The person that we follow is righteous and holy. We follow the rock. And the rock told us that we have a light inside of us. And when we take off all this world and not serve the gods of wood and stone, silver and gold, brass, iron, all those things, we don't serve them, then we can take hold of the 7 virgins, 6 principal men. Take a hold of your body and make your body a living sacrifice. But that's truly the sacrifice. Not money, silver, and gold that you all pay. Well, we're going to go ahead and pay some money. We can give 10 about tithes. I'm going to pay my tithes. And God's going to make me rich. He's going to bless me because I paid my tithes. Why God? You know, you're not even really paying the tithes. I'm scared too. And well, see, keep watching. Keep watching. You're going to find it all out. You should know, well, the elites know the elites. Well, the elect knows. They know. All right. Our prophets are lights and treacherous persons. Our priests have polluted the sanctuary. They have done violence to the Lord. The just Lord is in the midst thereof, and he will not do it iniquity. Every morning do he bring his judgment to light, and he faileth not. But the unjust knoweth no shame. I have cut off the nations, their towers are desolate. I have made their streets waste, that none passeth by. The cities are destroyed, so there is no man, that there is none inhabitant. So that's coming. Yeah, he's telling you right now. And then when he do it, cut all nations off. Like, always got to try to put it together, man. This is like that woman, the rapture puzzle. And we putting around putting the rapture puzzle together. And they got so much other things need to put together. There's no such thing as a rapture. Okay? Well, now if they say it's a rapture, it's going to be a rapture. Where they're going to come and get everybody who believe in that rapture doctrine and take them and cast them into hell. I read it to you. All right? Well, we'll go ahead on. I think it's what, Jeremiah 13:13, Ezekiel 31 of them. Tell you that no such thing as that flyaway doctrine. Keep on believing that. The Lord God tell you the whole time. That's part of witchcraft and enchantment there. Where they keep on telling you that some God come and give fly your way. And all the time, Lord God tell you he's going to be over there in that land, in our land, Jerusalem, in our land, Holy Mount Zion, and we're going to be here, be there with him. But yet and still, you listen to these, the Catholic Church and all these different other churches and denominations, some God come to fly your way. And you tell and that's not witchcraft, brother. Get you to believe in that. I did it also. That's how I can tell you. Just like Testament of Solomon said, I'm leaving you these things to let you know. I gave you the first thing, but that you should know about the latter when he's repented and returned his heart back unto God, and then took a hold of himself, took a hold of that what he had known from the beginning. Telling you the same thing. Telling you got to obey his voice, keep his commandments. Get out of those church houses because they're corrupt. The sanctuary, a priest have polluted the sanctuary. So if the sanctuary is corrupt, then what you supposed to do? Get out of it. Every time I look on TV now, everybody's celebrating Christmas. And they got their Christmas tree and the Christmas music. I used to do it too, but once to get the knowledge truth, Jeremiah chapter 10. It's on here. It's right on here. Jeremiah chapter 10. Well, not by might, not by power, but by my spirit. Jeremiah chapter 10. Go read it and find out what you serve. Serving Satan and those demons. All right, it's not of God, man. It's not of God. Right? Just like I heard him talk about this morning about Jesus in the swaddling clothes. Hey, you don't know nothing about no swaddling clothes. Amen. When our father Joseph, when Mary was in that cave, and Father Joseph had went looking for a midwife to bring forth the birth of Jesus. And after all that happened unto Joseph, I'm not going into detail. But we know when Joseph came back, what happened? Man, Jesus was on there sucking on the tip. Come on, right? Come on, man, read it that way. But you read that Holy Bible, and Jason them, they eliminated all that truth. Come on, bro. Eliminated everything, how holy and righteous he was from the beginning. How he came in the world from the beginning. Come on, bro. And who preaching that? Are not the sanctuary and all these pastors preaching, teaching that, and you still want to be a part of that? Yeah. That's why he said, 5 had oil, 5 had lamp in the oil, and 5 did not. 5 had the lamp, but ran out the oil. They had to go through that tribulation. And that's what's going on. A lot of y'all in that church out and everything, you're going to go through that tribulation. And then you're going to say, nobody told us. Right? And you can't hear it, man. Come on, man. The consummation going on all over the world. All of Israel is waking up. All over the world, waking up to the truth. And you're going to tell God, well, God, nobody told you. Right? Then he's going to put up, going to flash before your face in real time, right? All right. Just letting you know how it's going to be. And they have done violence to the law. And what they did, Jubilee, the book of Jubilee. I tell you what they was going to do. They had done it. And that was the prophecy way back. The book of Jubilee. Let's see if I can find it. First of all, let me see how much time I have left. I have a good bit of time. Yeah? All right, let's go there. Now, let's go down. Well, I'll read it to you. Let me see if I can. Book of Jubilees. All right, so we're going to the book of Jubilees. Let's go. Yeah, because I'm going to read it to you. Because the Lord God, that was a problem, man. I can also read it to you. Probably can read, yeah, the book of Enoch is in there also. But I'm going to the book of Jubilees. All right. That's right. Because the reason why you're Gentiles, because we haven't taken control over our genitalias, and that's why he called us Gentiles. All right. When you take over your genitalias and obey his voice, then when you become, who you become then. Okay. He said, chapter 6. Wait a minute. All right. You know, on the first week of the first fruit, that's, wait a minute. I'll see it because I know I'm going to read it all to you. No, I don't. I finished this. Go somewhere else. Let's see. Wait a minute. I'm not going to read it all to you. I'm just going to read the part where it says, 27. Start at chapter Jubilees, chapter 6, 24th verse. And start at 24th verse. And ordained for himself the feast and generation forever. So they had become a memorial to him. On the new moon of the first month, he was told to make himself an ark. And on the day the earth was dried and saw from the open of the earth. On the new moon of the fourth month, see, that's why you're supposed to keep every new moon, because something happened that was very important to mankind on the new moon, especially in our testimony. On the new moon of the fourth month, and the months of the departs of the bottom pit beneath what closed. And on the new moon of the 7 months of all the months of the abyss of earth was open, and the waters began to descend into it. And on the new moon of the 10th month, the top of the mountains was seen, and Noah was glad. Because of this, he ordained for himself as feast for a memorial forever. And thus are they ordained. And they placed them on the heavenly tablets. Each had 13 weeks. From one to another passed their memorial. From the first to the second, and from the second to the third, and from the third to the fourth. And all the days of the commandment, but you got also That's all those times we had went into slavery. 4 times. And we are going back in. They ain't coming out no more. All the days of the commandment would be 250. All the days of the commandment would be 250 weeks of days, and these would make the entire year complete. Thus is engraved on ordained on the heavenly tablet. There is no neglect in the commandments for a single year from year to year. Now let's continue on. Continue on, that's what they have done. But it was prophesied that they was going to do it. That's why I'm reading to you. Command the children of Israel that they observe the years according to this count, 364 days. And these will constitute a complete year. And they will not disturb his time for his days and from his feast. For everything will fall out of order according to their testimony. Once again, will not disturb his time, his days, and from his feasts. Now, we know we have stopped that, but we're not keeping the new moon. We're not keeping the Sabbath day. Now, you got those Jews, though, that say they're God's people, because they're doing it. But real Israel is not doing it. Well, they have to put up a good front, a good false. All right. For everything will fall out in them according to their testimony. See, that's what he said. He said, for everything will fall out in them according to their testimony. And they will not leave out any day nor disturb any feast. But if they neglect and do not observe them according to his commandment, they will disturb all seasons and the years and will be dislodged from this order. And they will neglect their established rules. And that's what he's telling you now. That's what these people have done. Okay? Well, that's what they have done. They have done violence what? To the law. They have changed how many days from 364 to 365. And then after they did that, they changed the new rules. You don't keep the new moons. Oh, he done away with that at the cross. Come on, man. The Sabbath day, you got to keep the Sabbath day. That was done away with at the cross. That's what they tell you. But let's see. If they neglect and do not observe according to his commandment, they will disturb all the seasons and years and dislodge them from their order, and they will neglect the established rules. And all the children of Israel will forget and will not find the path of the years, and will forget the new moons and seasons and Sabbaths, and they will wrongly determine the orders of the year. And have we not done that? Yeah, they're bad on YouTube. Israel, Edomite, oh, it's going to happen in 2031. That's a lie. Lord God has spit it up 10 years. So it's going to happen, what? 2021, which you really already in 21. But let me continue on. For I know, and from now on will I declare it to you. And it is not of my own devising, for the book lies written in the presence of me. And on the heavenly tablet, the division of days is ordained. And they forget the feast of the covenant and walk according to the feast of the Gentiles, after error and after their ignorance. And have that not happened, I'll stop it right there because I got much more to it. But I'm just telling you what they said, and that's what happened. They didn't change the laws and everything. They had done violence to the law. That's why I've been reading Deuteronomy chapter 6. Go read it. I'm not Deuteronomy. Jubilees chapter 6. Go read it. That's what it is. And they have done violence to the law. And that's why Israel is still in bondage right now today. And that's why the people keep all this enchantment and witchcraft over you, hoping that you never find the truth. Because once you find out the truth and repent, then what's going to happen? That's why they got that vaccine out there too also. Twofold call. Another reason why they got, because when Israel wake up, they're going to get their power back. And then all this evil and witchcraft and enchantment no longer going to have them blind. They're all going to see and know what's truly going on. And then what's going to happen? All right. Then they come up with the vaccine. I don't need that. I trust in the Lord God and faith in my God. Just like I've been reading to you. Oh, man. I'm supposed to go read to you about the second brother. Oh, I'll get to it. Hopefully I'll be able to. If not, go read it yourself. The fourth book of Maccabees, the second brother. And how they slayed those separate. And all our people did the same thing. They always slayed the righteous nation. That's why when you read the proclamation of Father Abraham and Father Abraham, God showed him, the Eternal Mighty One shows him the statue. Then he showed him the sacrificer and who's to be sacrificed. And what he showed? He showed them the head of all good and his people. And it showed them the stature, what is the what? That what they serve. Then it showed them who they sacrificed. The righteous seed, the righteous nation. Israel, they always, yeah, that's who they always sacrifice. The righteous nation, the righteous people. Always. Okay? But they can't do that until we what? We sin. That's found in the book of Judah. As long as them people don't do no sin and serve their God, you can't do nothing against no people. You're wasting your time. But if they have sinned and forsaken their God, then you can do to them as they will. Right? And that's why they got the Jews got all right now, all the people that deceive, like they're God's chosen people. Come on, man. They're not. They're not serving all them demons. They're going to come out. Just like Jesus said, I'm going to raise your skirt up over your head, and everybody's going to know that your nakedness and your shame, what you have done. All right. The just Lord is in the midst thereof, he will do no iniquity. Every morning do he bring forth his judgment to light and fail it not. But the unjust knoweth no shame. I have cut off the nation. Their towers are desolate, their streets waste. None pass by, the cities are destroyed. So that no man, there is none inhabited. And that's what he's going to do, destroy all, the whole world. So many times, yeah, it showed me where he had destroyed all these cities and all these nations. That's everybody. Come on, man. Come on, man. Just let you know that's going to happen to the whole world. For what? The way they done Israel, the way he done his righteous seed, the way they done his righteous nation, and how all these demons and everything just, well, let me go ahead on. Because y'all can read it. Read it for yourself. Pray. Read it. Get back in the Bible. And he'll reveal these things to me. How else would I know? Unless he revealed it to me. Man, I've been in church all my life, you can see. Going backwards and forward, parents and them, all this stuff. And I never seen this, never heard of this, never heard nobody preach up on it. Come on, man. You know what's going on. All right. It says, the cities are destroyed, that there is no man, and there is no inhabitant. I say, surely thou wilt fear me. Thou wilt receive instruction. So their dwellings should not be cut off. Howsoever, I punished them, but they rose early and corrupted all their doing. And that's the same thing. Now all this virus and all that going on. And what they're doing. Okay? It's doing the same thing. Oh, we're going to wake up tomorrow and everything, we're going to take the vaccine, everything will go back to normal. That's a lie. But they're doing it for that vaccine out there to kill all the righteous. Well, we know the famine coming on, so we're going to have to kill up some of these people off this world. So the leaders can eat. And then we're doing also killing some people. So we want to get control of this thing that we lose. Just let you know that's the demons. But I've already told you why I have it, why everything is set in place. Everything is, like I said, it's finished. Everything is prepared. Judgment has to start. Okay. Well, you better get out of it. I'm just letting you know. All right. All right. And howsoever I punished them, but they rose early and corrupted all their doing. Therefore, wait ye upon me, said the Lord, until the day I rise up to the break. For my determination is to gather the nation, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour out my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth should be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Now, we know the fire that they want to know that statue. The God told, turn the mighty one told Father Abraham, what is that statue? The actual that statue is my anger. Yeah, that's what that statue is. But let's continue. And are not all these nations getting this vaccine? Now all these nations have all these nations not enslaved and treated Israel? Come on, man. Enslaved and treated Israel, have done Judah wrong. They're not. And then not the Lord God said he was going to punish them all. All right. Well, you go ahead on and get caught up in that mess. And he's going to punish and say, I'm not going to leave Israel totally unpunished. Right? Now you go ahead on. All right. He's going to do it too. And you're going to see all he told you, he's going to get out all those nations against that piece of dirt that have lied to them. That piece of dirt that have stolen our land. Well, think they're stealing. That piece of dirt that think they're stealing our birthright. Yeah, well, they've had it for a long time. Okay, well now it's coming to an end. 70 years. Man, that time is up, man. man. 70 years went by. Well, all right, well, let's see that. Tell you it's only going to be for 70 years. That's why all this stuff happened. Well, let's continue on. Let me see. Well, okay. Well, let's see. Let's see. Let me see. I'm giving it to you. I'm showing it to you. Give it right to you where it's said at. All right. Wait. I can pass it up. Wait a minute. I have a text. I'm going to read it to you. That's why everything started. Told it was 70 years, man. So I'm not by might, not by power, too. All right. Okay. Let me see. Going to wow. Okay. Oh, I know it's out. Going to Daniel chapter 9, verse 2. Chapter 9, verse I'm starting. And the first say in the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, understood the books, the numbers of the year. Wherefore the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the prophet, that he would accomplish 70 years in the desolation of Jerusalem. 70 years in the desolation of Jerusalem. And now having no 70 years past, well, what you looking forward for now? You're looking forward for that beast to come on the scene. I mean, well, you got a beast on the scene. Looking forward for the false Messiah. For him to come on the scene. That's what you're looking forward to. Might be there already. And then after that happens, then what you're looking for? For the destruction. All these things going on, man. All right. Said, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. All the earth. That's not, well, we're just going to destroy this little part. When we say all earth, it's not Jerusalem, it's not Israel, it's not that a part of all the earth. But then I will turn to my people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord to serve him with one consent. Now, a pure language. Now, I'm letting you know. That's why I tell you, one pure language. Yeah. But see when that Holy Ghost came, like the rushing of wind on the disciples and apostles, and they was in that, and every man was from different cities, different countries, but all of us spoke in one language. And with that language, what? It was a pure language. Because any man can understand those different languages and all understood each other. That language is what? It's pure. And every way it found. But you've gone by with your pastor and preachers, and they've done a good job of great deceiver. Yeah, but now, like the law God said, yeah, one day the truth will come out. And now the truth is coming out. They knew that this day was coming, and they have been preparing for this day. Okay, can't stop Israel. Israel's waking up, learning what the truth is. Okay, but I will turn to the people of pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord and serve him with one consent. For beyond the river of Ethiopia my suppliants, and a daughter of mine dispersed shall bring my offering. And that day shall thou be not, and that day shall thou not be ashamed for all thy doings when thou hast transgressed against me. But then I will take away out of the midst of thee that rejoice in thy pride. Once again, I will take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride. And that's what they're doing. Are they not doing that? Come on, man. And thou shalt no more be haughty because of my holy mountain. I will also leave in the midst of the afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord. Now, are you trusting in the name of the Lord, or are you trusting in the name of Pfizer and what the other people there? Yeah, that's what you're trusting in. You try trusting in the Lord, man. When this thing, already started. When these people get this vaccine out to all the world and have it in this storage part, and watch how many of them fast and preachers say, well, we have the vaccine over here. We want y'all to come. They already start to retest it. And they got a new strain out there, and it's really a dangerous strain, and it's attacking the youth and the young people. Then after a while, I told this one, then they say they're going to attacking children now. Y'all got to come and take this vaccine. We have it over here at church so and so. And we have it over here at yeah. Man, watch. They're going to have, every time they say the different places where they have it at, different hospitals, and nursing homes, they always going to have a church there. 99% of the time, they got to have a church in this. All right? Go ahead on. Just like testing right now. When they tell you have testing spots open and you can be tested at a certain place, do they not always have 99% of the time? Do they not have a church in that? Bro. Man. All right. Well, when they start all those pastors and preachers that doing that okay side, watch and see if they're the same one that going to be telling you, well, you got to come here. We got the vaccine over here. And we want you to take it. And the pastor and preacher, just like when they do when election time comes. And the pastor and preacher get up there and talk about, well, we have so-and-so that's running for office. They are here. And we want you to listen to them. We want you to get out there and vote for them. And why they do that? Because of what the scriptures say. Because they have taken monies, right? And taken bribes from these people. And they have to do what these people tell them to do. All right? And all I can do is give it to you as he has given it to us. That's why he read. That's why he left it in, left it in the scriptures, left it in the prophecy. Not by might, nor by spirit, but not by might, nor by power, but by the spirit of the Lord. What is the spirit of the Lord? Or prophecy. Which is doctrine that he has done throughout all the ages, throughout all our ancestors and all our people. Let you know this is not the first time that they have destroyed you. This is not the first time you have sinned. It's not the first time you have repented and came back unto me and I blessed you. And this is the last time, though. All right. So all I can do is give it to you as he that given it. But anyway, and they should trust in the name of the Lord. And wait a minute. Well, let's re-examine that. He said, I'll also leave in the midst of the afflicted and poor people. Now, who is the afflicted and poor people? That you know of. I only know one, that's me. I'm part of that. Afflicted and poor people. That's right. Israel, the righteous seed that's all out to all the world. That's what he's talking about. And they should trust in the name of the Lord. And are we not trusting his name? Jesus. And some of y'all call him by his Hebrew name. I still suspect on that when I call him Jesus. Because when he came to me, he was Jesus. When he touched me with his holy finger and washed me in that innocent blood, it was Jesus. Coming off that cross. Yeah, still on the cross, really touched me. But all I can say is that, so I'm telling you that he's talking about us, talking about the righteous seed who don't run behind silver and gold, money and land, and the big deception and witchcraft and enchantments and all that. Don't do all that. And they trust in what? In the name of the Lord. Are you trusting his name? Are you trusting in fires and what? Padarma and Padu? Are you trusting the people? The same people that put out all that poison and got the people hooked on these different drugs and everything. You gonna trust those people? All right. Just let me know that the epidemic of the opioid crisis. You gonna trust in those people? The people that put out that glue. Yeah, you remember the glue. Yeah, you gonna trust in those people? I'm just asking. Right? You putting out trust in the people that put out the teas and the blues. People that put out, these, I'm just saying, that's who you trust in. Trusting people that do all these illegal experiments on the poor and innocent people. That's who you trust in. Well, let me go ahead on. Keep on. Then you trusting in the priests, where he just told you that they are polluted. They have been taken and what they did to his law. Add violence to his law, destroyed his law, violent people. Oh, man, you trusting in that? All right, well, you wait on. I mean, that's your right. Like I read to you the other day, the law of God said, yeah, the word of God, God told Adam, right, heard over you, Adam. No, not right. You did it on your own free will, and that's what you're about to do it again. All right. The remnant of Israel should not do iniquity. That changes everything. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity. The law of God said, well, once you was at like the stars in heaven, a maneuver at the sand of the sea. Now there's only what? A remnant left. And that remnant, well, it's very small people not going to take that vaccine. Very small people still dependent upon the Lord, even though we scatter out to the four corners of earth. We're still depending on what? The name of the Lord. We're still trusting in what? The name of the Lord. Not trusting in nothing but his name. Obeying his voice, keeping his commandment, knowing all the time he can heal you from everything else. He's going to heal you from this too, if that is the case. Man, come on, bro. Man, all I can do is give on telling you, bro. And, well, that's up to y'all. The remnant of Israel should not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. But they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. Now, are you truly remnant of Israel? It's a question. It's a question. Are you truly Israel? Because I listen to a whole lot of y'all saying one thing, but you're doing another. I listen to a whole lot of the pastors, preachers, the teachers, the priests, the pope, all of them. And they're saying one thing, they're doing another. Come on, man. And then what is going on? Every time you look on the news, that's what about them shoot that innocent boy to make you afraid of them. Afraid of the authority police when they come knock on your door to take you away and you inside your house, the demons come. I told you, when I opened up that door was already. And that demon, they didn't go past the door seal. They didn't go past that. Now you might reach your hand in there and reach it. Took it out right fast. But they ain't going to come in and do that. All right, just let me know. And none should make them afraid. So every time you look around, that's what they try to do, make you afraid so you can be ready for taking this vaccine. But those of the law of God, those of Israel, what? They're not going to be afraid. All right. That's what said, my remnant. Say the remnant of Israel should not do what? Should not what? Be afraid. Should not speak lies. Should not be deceitful. No deceitful tongue is found in them. Come on, man. They should lie down and none should make afraid. The remnant of Israel should not be afraid. And read it. It's that. Zephaniah 3:13. Sigh, O daughter of Zion, shout, O Israel. Now it says, sigh, O daughter of Zion, shout, O Israel. You know, I read it to you yesterday, but you might not. So when you go, who the Lord God called the bride? It's not the bride of the church. So when you go read this chapter of Hermes, you find out who is truly the daughter of Zion. That's the bride who he's coming for. Is he not? Shout, O Israel, be glad. He's coming back with the daughter of Zion, coming back to that church. All right. And the church is what? They don't do iniquity. They don't lie. There's no deceitful tongue in their mouth. This, I can say they're not afraid. O daughter, shout, sing, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O Israel, be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. Now, the Lord shall take away thy judgment. He has cast out thy enemy, the king of Israel, even the Lord is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt see evil anymore. Thou shalt not see evil anymore. Once again, I repeat. The Lord have taken away thy judgment. Now you got to remember. He's going to cast out the enemies where at? Over Israel, over Jerusalem. All that going to be. Man, we just trying to read that, how he cleaning all that up. How he destroyed everything in the world. Just trying to read it. All of us in there. All right, well, let's continue on reading. Just tell you, all of us in there, man. It's just really showing you where he's going to destroy everything on earth. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of his jealousy. I'm just saying. All of it. The Lord hath taken away the judgment and cast out thy enemy. Everybody in that land going to be cast out. The king of Israel, even the Lord. See? The king of Israel, even the Lord is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil anymore. And that's where the Lord will be at. On our holy Mount Zion, over there in our, and it's called Israel. Come on, man, that's where you're going to be at. That's where you're at. And where's that flyaway doc? Where you come to see, showing that he's flying away to some distant planet. And that's their planet. Every time you look at the movies and stuff, that's their planet. Well, when all this happens, we're going to have some spaceships and all that stuff. And we're going to fly out to some different planet, some different object out there. That's where we're going to live. And all that righteousness is going to be here. And they all want to live there. You don't want to live in righteousness. You don't want to live in a world where there's no lying, no cheating, no stealing. Nobody's afraid. You don't want to live in that type of world, in that type of environment. Why? Because Israel gonna be there, black-skinned, dark-skinned people gonna be there, people that love the Lord gonna be there. But no evil and nothing found in it. Not but poor people there, loving the Lord and living their life, not wanting to be rich and famous. They don't want that. I say there ain't no 1% there. Everybody's the same. Everybody's pure. Their language are pure. Their deeds are pure. They are pure. They are perfect in every way. I read that to you, man. That's the church. It's perfect. You are perfect. You haven't taken up all this world. And that's what they're afraid of. All right. So they have the plan to fly you way out. Okay, well, let's see. Well, Lord God said, do they make their, do they set these stars and make a place in heaven and cast them down to earth? All right, well, let's continue on. Just tell it. Say, all right. And in that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, fear not, and to Zion let not thy hands be slack. The Lord, the God, is in the midst of thee, is mighty. He will save, he will joy. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. So the Lord gonna be that singer. Say, oh, the Lord don't sing. Right. Let's see if the Lord sing or not. Let's see. Let's find out, see if the Lord sing or not. We'll see. A lot of people think the Lord don't sing, that the Lord have never sung. How can he be in the world and on earth and have never sung? Oh, man, the Lord sing. Dance too. Let's see. Let's see if we sing and dance. I'm supposed to go here. The number 12, let's see. I'm going to read it. Man, I know my time. No. Oh, past my time. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're going to finish up. This is the act of John. Okay, I'll go this maybe tomorrow, maybe. I don't know where it's going to be. All I do is follow as he leads. Say, wait a minute. Let's see where I'm going to start it. And these things I spake unto you, brethren, for the encouragement of your faith towards him. For we must at the present keep silent concerning his mighty and wonderful works, insomuch as they are unspeakable, and it may be as they are unspeakable, and it may be cannot at all be either uttered or heard. Now, before he was taken to the list to it, I guess paragraph 94. And now before we was taken by the lawless Jews, see, now before we was taken by the lawless Jews, who were also governed by, had their law from the lawless serpent. The lawless Jews had their law governed by the lawless serpent. He gathered all us together and said, before I am delivered up into them, let's sing a hymn to the Father, and let's go forth to that which lieth before us. He bade us therefore to make as it was arranged, holding one another hand, and himself standing in the midst, he said, answer amen unto me. And he began. Then he sang the hymn and to sing. And that's the Lord God. I'm not going to go into it. But I'm telling you that he sung. He danced also. So, yeah, I'll get to that some other time. So that's where we're going to be at. We're going to be with him, and we're going to be singing, and we're going to be rejoicing. Right? The Lord thy God is in the midst of thee, is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. I will gather thee that are sorrowful from the solemn assembly, and who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time I'll undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out, and I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. And that's another thing. Your power's coming back in. And like you said, he's going to change it in the twinkling of the eye when you see him in the air, but also You're being changed right now. We get back to how we was once before when we was in our land. How we was once before when we was on our holy mountain. When they call us the children of God, they're going to know who we are. And they're going to know who is truly of God and who truly is not of God. They have already told us. They're going to know who is truly righteous and who's truly wicked, who is truly polluted and is truly unpolluted. That's what he's going to know. Say, behold, at that time, I will do all that, I will undo all that inflicted. I will save her that is halted and gather her that was driven out. I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. And that's what's happening now. The consummation is gone. The rising up is gone. And now these people know that you are the Lord God. You are the righteous seed. Your power is coming in. And you're going to be able to heal and do other things. And speaking in the spirit, speaking in tongues, speaking in the spirit, a lot of things are going to happen and take place. And this is what these people are afraid of. That's why they're trying to hurry up and get this vaccine. Who get that? Those lawless Jews. Yeah? When you find out, you dig deep into all those who had those planes flying and what that hexagon or whatever that demon star had going on and spreading this toxic oil. That's why it's in the X-Files. That's all it is. It's a toxic oil that they sprayed and put out to all the land. And then this oil, they have nanonites and all different type of plagues that the demons had put in the shore to what? To afflict the sons of men. Yeah, and that's what they're doing. Oh, yeah. All right, but you're going to see. You're going to see it's not going to work. It might work on those who choose it, but all those of the law of God who choose to serve the law of God, to choose to obey the name of God, that's not going to happen. We're not afraid of that. No, but we know who we are. And that's another thing. So they're trying to hurry up and get many of Israel people who still left in the dark, who still are blind, who still in this church house and haven't came out, who have returned and with these HOIC camps, the IUC camps, and all those type of things. That's what they get, trying to hurry up and get them. Yeah, all right, just let them know. But the real, the elect, no, you're not that remnant, just like you said, that remnant. Now those who, that's another story for another time, but anyway. Yeah, it said, now give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. And that's all over the world. It says not. And at that time I will bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, but I'll make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, say the Lord. Now that's the law of God telling you that. All right, it's not me. That's the law of God telling you all. Well, I got to read this to you too, because this is why this thing is going on now, right? Well, let's see. Yeah, this is happening right now. All this other stuff going on, this is taking place right now. All right. All right, let's see. All right, let's see if I can bring it up. Oh, man, come on, man. It's not that yet. I don't get it. All right. Yeah, it might be this one. Nah. All right, let's see. I'm going to find it out. Yeah, because I have to read to you. This is going on right now. But everything going on. Let's see. Oh, man. Let me see if I can. I might have to do something else, but I thought I could get it like that. Yeah, all this going on right now, man. Don't let these people deceive you. All this is taking place right now. All right. Let's see if I want to have it. All right, here we go. Daniel. Now, I just finished reading. Yeah, because Daniel saw all this was given, all this prophecy was given once before, and it's all this going on now. You're in the latter days, so all that's going on now is the fulfillment of these different prophecies. Okay. So, well, the Holy Angel said, I have to start reading where I left off. It said, 17 weeks are determined upon the people and upon thy holy city. So we know that's Jerusalem. We know that they have already been over there for 70 years. And so now All right, so let me continue on reading. It says, 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon the holy city to finish the transgression, to make an end of sin, to make a reconciliation of iniquity, to finish the transgression, to make an end of sin in 70 weeks. So now everything is headed to what? The end, to make reconciliation for iniquity, and to bring in our everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy. So that's where you at. So now all that is taking place right now. Because why? The 70 weeks are up. So they're waiting for, they might be over there now. I don't know. But that's what they're waiting on. Then say, know therefore and understand from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto the Messiah the Prince shall be 7 weeks, and 62 weeks. The streets shall be built again, and the wall, even in what? Troublous time. And so that's where you're going. All that's going to happen. And where you at? Are you not in troublous times now? All right. And after 62 weeks shall the Messiah be cut off, but not for himself and the people of the prince that shall come and shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. And the end thereof shall be with a flood, and unto the end of the wall of desolation are determined. So we know that's coming. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for what? 1 week. And in the midst of the week it shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. For overspraying of abomination shall make it desolate, even till the consummation, which you are in right now, that the term shall be poured out upon the desolate. And so all that's going on right now. So if you can't understand Daniel 9, you're reading all these books, you should be able to easily understand Daniel chapter 9, because you're in it. You're in it. The consummation is going on. Are we not in troublous time? And Jesus said, when you see this, know that what? Greater sorrows are coming. They're not losing that way. They're going to go back. We're going to be back in charge. We're going to back over everything. We're going to continue on putting our feet on their necks and killing them, shooting them down like dogs, and stealing from them, robbing them. And then we've got those pastors and preachers and all that, still raping them and plundering them, doing as they will with them. They think it's going to continue on forever. That's what they think going on. But it's not. It's not. It's not going to continue on going on. All that is over with. Okay? And so they're going to rebuild that temple and stuff. Even in troublous time, they're going to build it. When that big false Messiah come on the scene, that thing going to go up so fast. Yeah, go up so fast and all that stuff. Going to kick off so fast. I mean, real fast. Yeah. And then how you can know it? Because two things will always happen at the same time. As the ungodliness rises up, the righteous rise up. As the righteous rise up, the ungodliness rise up. And so you at the time of you're in the ungodliness age. That's where you're at. Now, how you should know that, not only read the book of Enoch, now gotta read the popular father Abraham, knowing that even Jesus told you of this day, that all the prophets told you of this time. But this pastor preacher got you so busy running behind the cares of this life, and you're under that great curse that you can't see it, you can't understand what's truly going on. You're too busy. And that's what it's about. That's why the Lord God gave you the Sabbath day for the rest, to reflect, to think, to heal, to pray, to do all that on the Sabbath day. But the Sabbath come down, you disregard it. You go do as you please. The new moon come down with around where you be celebrating of the great events of the world. You don't want it. No. You celebrate the testimony of the righteous people, the testimony of the righteous nation. You don't want that. You don't want that. You want to continue on doing that you're doing. And you're going to pay for it. Okay. It's a thing. You'd have been through all this. Now, let's face it. You'd have been through so much trouble and sorrow and toil in this lifetime. And now the real truth has come along. And you're going to live in hell twice. Right? You're going to live in hell on this earth and all this charge. And then you're going to go to hell. Man. Don't repent, man. Repent. Lord God knows you're going to sin. But whether you're going to repent or not, that's about you. Don't live in hell twice, man. Man, face facts on how you live in this world, especially if you are Israelite, and what you're going to continue on. It's not going to get no better, man. You take that vaccine, it's going to get worse. Just tell you, even if you don't take that vaccine, it's going to be worse off. But they know they're going to kill all the righteous nations just like they've been doing. Don't take it. Tell you. I'm warning you, don't take it. This is the final test. That whether you're going to serve them or not. They have so many pastors, preachers, teachers, lawyers, doctors, all those professional people going to be telling you, well, go take that vaccine. And you're going to go and listen to them. Because why? They have on fine raiment, but they're one of the biggest homos out there. Because they would drive around in fancy cars, one of the biggest thieves out there. Who been jumping up and down in the church out, one of the biggest liars out there. Why? Because he's the Pope. He's the Pope. He's supposed to believe in God and trust in God with 100%. But he's a liar. A damn liar on top of that. That's what he said. Then you got the rabbis and all them. They're going to be telling some of their people to take that foolishness also. Don't think they're not. Don't think they're not. Man, it's such a terrible time. All right. But Lord God told these times going to come. That he was going to try all the spirits. I just going to read all that to you. So if you didn't know where I was reading from, I know some of y'all can't understand it and everything. But you can go read it for yourself. That's in Micah chapter 3. Nahum chapter 3. Nahum chapter 3. And Zephaniah chapter 3. Okay. So this is not by might, not by power, but by the Spirit, say the Lord. I am Elijah. Until next time.